Hi, welcome to another video on my Arduino Mega2560 using pulse width modulation on some electronics. Last time I changed my code to get 120 Hz needed for the fish sticking motors on ports 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Unfortunately, although everything should work, it doesn't. One response to the reprogramming is that these two LEDs are now constantly blinking, plus that for a moment, if you watch closely, the LEDs flash very brightly at the moment that the switch is being touched. So the question is, what kind of frequency is present on these moments, on these, and I better show on the multimeter. So we try to get everything in view. It is set to 20 kilohertz. So as you can see, and that is not really 120 Hz. I'm measuring now from mass to here, and this says clearly 60 Hz. This says some 400 Hz, but this is 60. Measuring here, it says 120, and this was the only place that really did what it should do. Here I measure 60 Hz. So actually the question now is, why are those values different? Let me change to 2 kilo ohms and see what the values are of the resistors. I better measure here, and then you see, okay, switch probes. $1K. Is that logical? Here, no measurement. I have the idea that somehow this multimeter isn't giving the correct values. Once again, I measure here. No, I should change to frequency. And now for some reason my whole, there we go. Five kilohertz. So how come did I get 6 Hertz or 60 Hertz from this same point? This is strange. I have to find out a lot more. So let's see. In theory, and according to the code, I should have a frequency all over from of 120 Hertz. And as you've noticed, in the measurements there's only one place that has it, the middle LED. The other ones are not that good. This one is in the hundreds, but not correct. So what I'm going to do now is do a little test. Take a jump wire and connect one of these points here to this location. It is mass, and if I connect one more resistor to the mass, so let's see. Oops. Oh, I can do that nicely. Should be no problem. Alright, that is one. Connected to the mass. Then I need an LED. And this should somehow be connected like this. Let's put it in this way. Oops. Don't pull a wire. But the wire doesn't cooperate. I have to put it back. There you go. At least some signal. But then a jump wire, and I'll take, is this too long? This is too long. I'll take this red one and I will put it somewhere between those places. And now with all those wires it's a bit of a mess. So I'll put it right there, and then you see that it is too long, unfortunately. I'll have to find out which one is suitable. Then let's hope this one is. This looks like it. And in here with the same LED. So now I have a connection between this jump wire and this LED, which should be working, provided that I have put the LED in the correct direction. which is still not working. So I have to find another LED. Since this setup is not going to work as intended, I'll set it up in a slightly different way. Let me not get into the light. I will put this one over here. The jump wire is going to move over here, and this jump wire should be moving over here, but that requires a bit relocation. And I'm curious if the wire will stick, and then the LED is going here, and this does work. So with this new situation, and mind you, here I have a resistor and an LED connected to mass, while here I have an LED and a resistor connected to mass, so slightly different. Anyway, let me just check with frequency, and let me readjust the cam angle. This is 60 Hertz. And let me see how this LED responds to that one. The wires need to be replaced. This is not good. But I think that the direction is the same. A flash when this is touched. So let me do it by manual. Yeah, that's a clear response. So then I did alright. This is 6 kilohertz. So now I'm measuring the other way again. 60 hertz. So that's all the same, which is not surprising. But so this sequence or that sequence doesn't really matter. So what does really matter? I tried this one. I should try the other one as well. and there's space for another jump wire. So let's get that done. But before I reroute this to that LED, I'm going to add another resistor to this one. So I will put this one over here. And this one will be over here. What is the difference? I'm not sure, but I'll soon find out. 60 Hertz, and this is, well, 4 kilohertz, something like that. 60 Hertz, 60, around 3 kilohertz. So that's quite a difference. Now I am going to reroute here. So this one should be here. An LED rerouting. And one other jump wire, which goes from here to here. Oops, better put it that's not good. Better put it here to keep the wires in good order. So this one goes here. Now the question is, does it all work? It works, except that, as you can see, this one isn't blinking and this one isn't, and they all should be blinking. But what is the frequency? Closer to the camera. This time it's 12 Hertz, and that wasn't right, because this one is 120. Here is 120. Here, of course, the same. Here, 120. Here, 120. Everything 120 Hertz, and that's the only point. So, conclusion could also be that because it is double the frequency of this of here, it is blinking, but faster than we can detect. So that's another thing that comes to mind. However, it should be 120. Everything should be 120, so I guess it's time again to look at the code, although I don't think I will be noticing anything strange around it. But I can take a look anyway. So with all the measurements, rerouting and adding LEDs and resistors, and they're all on the pins 2 to 8. Well, this is 2, 3 and 5, 4 and 13, 6, 7 and 8. And this is 0, 3 and 4. The only thing that could be happening is here, but alright, so let's get them all out, and 1 and 1 and 1. So that's 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which port has 8? That's to the motor. I'm not measuring on the motor right now, just up till 7. So let's get this. That's the only thing I can think of right now that would be a problem. Compiling, uploading. Alright, so let me measure somewhere. That should be, which I have added 2, 4 and 6 apparently. Measuring on mass, and where goes 2? To the red one, but 6 is more important. And it gives 120 now. Another one. And that is 4, giving 250 Hz. Not as high as it was, but 250 Hz is not 120. That I am sure of. So measuring on the other one, the first LED, still giving 60 Hz only. So in that perspective, changing the code is not a solution. Not well, partly because I have now one more point of 120 Hz, but also 250, and that doesn't make sense. Because when I read at the information I got from about the eraser and the registers, there is not even a prescaler for 250 Hz. Not for 40 either, but I'm measuring for 120, so this doesn't make sense. No sense at all. And considering the software now on the board, I figured that I have to find something out in electronics. And wiring, of course, because touching the wires and things go on and off is not good. Anyway, enough for this episode. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe. You can also support my blog by allowing advertisements, and visit my website for more videos, information, etc., etc. So thank you for watching, and to be continued.